Okay, so as you can see from the title for Unit 3, it is all about triangles. Okay, so Unit 3 is all about triangles. There are lots of great properties of triangles, and some of them you already know it, but we will explore that, and then we will talk about it, and then again, there will be lots of solving equations, just like last unit. But let's get started. So I would like you to write this down. Triangle angle sum theorem. First of all, the word theorem, that's a funny word, right? Theorem. Theorem is a proven statement. It's the rule, mathematical rules that have been already proved to be true, okay? And somebody named it triangle angle sum theorem. It's about angle measurements. And that is the sum means addition, right? The addition, the sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is 180. What does that mean? Do you follow that? The addition, the sum of interior angles. Now, what are interior angles? There are 3 of them in triangles. Interior means inside. So here is an interior angle number 1. Here is an interior angle number 2. Here is your interior angle number 3. There can be only 3 interior angles in triangles. You can't have less than or more than. It has to be 3. And you understand that. Draw any triangle. There are 1, 2, 3 interior angles. If you add all the interior angles, what do you think it's going to be? Do you think it will be always different angle measurements? Well, it's been proven that no matter what kind of a triangle it is, like even like a skinny triangle or something like that, or right triangle, it doesn't matter whatever the triangle it is. If it is a triangle, if you add all the interior angles, it's always going to be 180. Would you believe that? I mean, it's a theorem. That means that it's been proven, right? That's what theorem is. And it is true. No matter what triangle it is always going to be 180. Yes. Thanks for asking that, Karina. Yeah, please, let's write it down. Okay. So I'll give you a minute to do that. Again, if you add angle A, this angle, angle B, angle C, it is going to be always 180 degrees, no matter what triangle it is. If it is a triangle, any triangle, it's always 180. Now, actually, the proof, there is a proof, and the proof is not that hard, and I will show it to you. Okay. So I'm going to draw the triangle. Something like that. Okay. And I'm going to prove that A plus B plus C is 180. So here's how. I am going to draw parallel line that will, the top parallel line will just barely touches the top of a triangle, okay? And then the bottom parallel line will take the base of a triangle. So these are parallel, okay? Now, this line is just like the transversal, isn't it? Now, what do you guys remember about this angle and this angle? What's that called, by the way? This angle and this angle. This is called, does anybody remember? It is called alternate interior angles, right? Now, what do you know about alternate interior angles? They are equal to each other. This angle and this angle are equal to each other.
They are
In other
equal.
words, yeah, is there something you want to say, anybody?
They are equal to each other because it is alternate interior.
Interior,
Interior.
yeah,
Alternate interior.
very good. That's right, Leo. In
Because
other
they
words, this angle A is going to be equal to this angle. In other words, this is the same thing. This angle is the same thing as A angle A. Okay. Now, same reasoning applies for B. If this is a B, that means this has to be B as well. Now, what do you know right here? Isn't that a straight line? What is A plus B plus C? That's a straight line. That's a linear pair. Well, in this case, it's not quite a pair. It's a three angles, but it's a linear line. So that's 180 degrees. Straight line is 180 degrees. In other words, A plus B plus C should be 180 degrees because it's a straight line. It will form a straight line. Does that make sense? So it's important that you understand that why. Okay, I think you might have learned this before in even like a middle school, right? Your middle school teacher taught you that any triangle A plus B plus C, it's always 180 degrees, right? But now you know why. Okay, and here's a proof for it. Okay, now let's work on some problems. Can we move on, guys? Does anybody need more time? Let me give you a minute to catch up on writing. Okay. Yeah, you guys are ready to move on? Okay. So here's a question. Example number one. Let's not copy down the diagram because it'll probably take time to do that, but let's come up with an equation. Okay. We are going to solve for x. That's our goal. And how do we do that? Well, we can apply, if you want to solve, you better be able to set up an equation, right? So let's set up an equation. Now, how do we set up an equation? We're going to use this angle sum theorem, which is that this angle plus this angle plus This angle, if you add all of them up, they are equal to what? Equal to 180, right? That will be the equation. So it will be 3x minus 1 plus 67 minus x plus 5x minus 40. And they are equal to what? Equal to 180. It's kind of a long equation, isn't it? Now, why don't you take a minute to solve that? And once you solved it, I want you to share your solution in the chat. Okay, 1 minute. Let's open up a timer. So anybody be able to solve for x? Thank you, Logan. Anybody else? Is it difficult? Does anybody need any help? Let's take a look. Now these are x's are all on the same side, right? Equal sign is right here, and they all belong in the left side of equal sign. So let's simplify that. First, we've got 3x minus x. Minus x means minus 1x. If you don't see a number in front of x, that means it's 1. Remember? So 3x minus 1x is 2x. But then we've got plus 5x. So that's 2x plus 5x. That's 7x. Right? So we have 7x. Next. Next, we also have negative 1 plus 67. Let's just do one at a time. Negative 1 plus 67 is 66. But 66 minus 40, that will be 26. So that's positive 26. And that is equal to 180. Does that make sense? Now let's subtract 26. 7x equals, what is that? 180 minus 26. It's 154. And divide by 7. What is it? 22? 22. Nice job, Logan. Anybody else? Did anybody else get x equals 22? Who's got x equals 22?
I do.
Very good. Great job. Okay, nice job, Janet. Let's move on. Why don't you try this one? Number 2. What does this mean, guys? Let's just make sure that everybody is on the same page. What does that marking this? That means it is
A 90-degree angle.
90-degree angle. Thank you. So this is a 90-degree. Let me just put that. So now let's set up an equation and solve for x. Please share your solutions in the chat. I'm gonna see if stimulus check has come in. Has any of your family parents said that stimulus check has arrived? No. Yeah. Go. Okay, it's been a minute, but I don't know. Maybe one more minute. Again, would you share your solutions once you're done so that I can tell if you still need more time or not? Okay. Very good. That's right. You could actually, that's a very smart way, Julian. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you guys for sharing that. Yeah. I see lots of 10, x equals 10. But if you don't get that, not a big deal. But let's identify, okay, what you did right and maybe what you did wrong too. Okay. So one way is you just add 3 angles, and that's 180, right? So that's one way to do that. So you get 7x minus 20 plus 4x plus 90. If you add all 3 angles, that will be equal to 180. And that's one way to do that. Now, Julian had, I think it's a little more efficient way. If this is a 90, what do you think those 2 angles are added together? They should be also 92. So another equation would be 7x minus 20 plus 4x, and that is going to be equal to 90. That's another way to do that. If it's a right triangle with a 90-degree in it, that means if you remove the 90, the rest should be another 90. because 90 plus 90 is 180, right? And so this is another way to do that. But let's just keep going, okay? Again, we've got 7x and 4x on the same team. That is 11x. And we've got negative 20 plus 90. What is that? That's positive 70. And that's equal to 180. Now I subtract 70 on both sides. 11x equals 110. And then divide by 11. X equals 10. Again, please take a look. Great job. I saw a lot of 10, x equals 10. If you didn't, all you need is just to identify your mistake. Then you're going to be a little bit more smarter for next time. Because you recognized what you did wrong. But if you don't recognize that, you're going to do the same thing again. All right. Well, are we ready to move on? There is another theorem. Again, theorem is the proven math rule, okay? Think of that way. It says measure of, it sounds really complicated, but it is not, but please bear with me. It says the measure of each exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the measure of the remote interior angles. What does that mean, right? It means this. The measure of each exterior angle. Exterior angle is the outside angle, like this one right here. Let's call that X. That's angle X. And so measure of each exterior angle, which is X, of a triangle equals the sum of the measure of the remote interior angles. Remote means far apart. This is not remote interior angle, but these two are. Let's call that, actually, let's call this B, okay? Angle B what it says is a B equals D plus C. That's what exterior angle theorem is. Let me show you. For example, this is, let's say, 80 degrees. This is a 40 degrees. And the theorem is saying that this angle is going to be 80 plus 40, which is 120. Now, is that really true? Well, you can kind of see this because if this is the triangle, this angle must be 80 plus 40 is 120, and 120, 180 minus 120 would be, what is it, 6? So this angle has to be 60, okay? But then if you have a straight line, 60 plus what is going to be 180, right? This is a straight line. It's a linear pair. So what's the rest? It has to be 120, right? In other words, this angle plus this angle, if you add them together, it's going to be same thing as that angle right there. Does that make sense? So for a question like this one, these two, those are in remote interior angle, and this is the exterior angle. Let's do this one together, okay? Example number 3. Oh, actually, let me give you a time to write it down. So I keep forgetting to do that. So please write this down, exterior angle theorem. Is everybody good? Are we ready to move on? Okay, so here it is. So, you know, this picture could be all upside down or rotated. So you have to recognize which one is interior and then which one is the exterior angle. For example, like this one. It's like that, right? That means this angle plus this angle is going to be equal to this angle. Does that make sense? In other words, P plus 4 plus 84, that combined together is going to be equal to exterior angle 3P minus 6. Why don't you try to solve that for P? What do you guys get? Okay. 4 plus 48, that's on the same side. That's 88. So I could do that. Now I've got p on both sides of an equal sign. So we need to get rid of the smaller p. Yeah. So I'm going to subtract 1p, subtract 1p from both sides. That p is gone. 88 equals 2p minus 6. So now you add 6 on both sides. 2p equals 94. Then divide by 2, divide by 2. So p equals, what is it, 47? Very good. Now, if you didn't quite get 47 there, will you take a look? Okay, let's move on. I think that's it. That's for the class notes. Now we will go over on the assignment. You guys ready? Does anybody need more time to write this down? Anybody? Okay. You guys all good? If you're done writing up to this point, please let me know. All right, let's move on. Is everybody okay? So here, I don't know, do we have time for all the questions? Maybe we do. We still have about 40 minutes, plenty of times. First couple of questions are pretty straightforward. So let's get started. Please write down homework 3.1. Okay, that's important that you do that. Okay, let's solve for x. Okay, so we need to solve for x. Okay, so that's the goal for all the problems. And how do we do that? We're just going to apply the angle sum theorem. Okay, and that is, let's do the first one together. 47 plus 58 plus x. If you add all three angles, what would that be equal to? Yeah, you don't need to draw the diagram. If you want to, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. Okay, because I want you to work on the math part. And that is equal to 180. the main concern or the main task that I want you to accomplish is that you understand the equation, why that is true. Are you able to set up an equation by looking at each problem? Okay. And we are using this plus this plus this. If you add all three interior angles, they're equal to 180. That's angle sum theorem. Now let's solve that. Can we keep going together? 47 plus 58. Can we not do that? They're on the same team, right? So that's 90, 100, what is it, 5? 105 plus x equals 180. And now you subtract 105 on both sides. So x equals, very good, Logan, 75. Nice job. So why don't you do number 2? Number 2 is just like the number 1 previous question. You add them up, equal to 180. Let me give you 1 minute. Yeah, maybe we'll skip a couple of problems, but well, there are only 9 problems. Maybe we'll be able to do all of them. Well, let's skip number 5. Skip number 7. Okay, and then we'll do the rest. Okay. Okay, number 2. Again, if you were able to, I hope you were able to set it up. X plus 96 plus 21. If you add all the interior angles equal to, they are 180. Were you able to set up an equation? That's the most important part. Because if you don't have the setup correct, no matter what you do, even if you solve it correctly, your answer is going to be wrong. 96 plus 21, they are on the same side. Let's combine that. What is that? 100, what is it? 17 equals 180. And then you subtract 117 on both sides. X equals, what is that? 63. Very good. Saif, did you get that? 63. Whatever the method you did, as long as you are getting the right answer, that should be good. Very good. Very nice. Let's work on number 3. Now, number 3, we are going to use the other theorem, exterior angle theorem. Remember that? Again, exterior angle theorem says these inside, 2 inside is equal to outside. That's what exterior angle theorem is. Okay. And so 2 inside, so 21 and 34. 2 inside, 21 plus 34, that is going to be equal to the outside, x. So here it is. What is x? X equals 21 plus 34, which is 55. 2 inside equals 1 outside, far apart. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 4. I'm going to let you work on that. Number 4. Maybe 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, Arlie, thank you. Sounds like some of you have already figured it out. Yeah, I think it's correct. Anybody else? Has everybody been able to finish number 4? If you have, will you share your solution? Yeah, that's right, Juliana. I really like the way of thinking there. That's a lot easier. Okay. 8 Tangu, nice job. That's right. Very good. So let's set it up. I'm just going to do the long way. 3x minus 1 plus 31 plus 90, and they are all equal to 180. Okay. Or some of you may have done 3x minus 1 plus 31 equals 90. That's another way to do it. That's a little bit simpler. 3x. Now I can combine all those 3 numbers together. That is negative 1 plus 31 is just 30. 30 plus 90 is 120. Okay. Then I'm going to subtract 120. 3x equals, what is that, 60? Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x equals 20. Yeah? Okay, let's skip number 5. Let's work on number 6. I don't know. Does anybody need more time for number 4? All you just have to say is that you just need more time. Is everybody okay? Okay, here's number 6. I want you to solve for x. What would you do? Which theorem? So we've gone over 2 theorems, right? Which one is that? And I want you to apply that theorem, okay? So I would like you to set up an equation and solve for x. Remember, 2 inside is equal to the 1 outside, far apart. Isn't that what we have right there? 2 inside equals the outside. Yeah, I don't know. What would that be? So 34 divided by 2 would be 17. Yeah, very good, Tandu. That's correct. Okay, let's take a look. So 2 inside is equal to the outside. Right? That's the exterior angle theorem. So that would be 60 plus 2x. That is going to be equal to the outside, 94. You guys okay? And so you're going to subtract 60 on both sides. So 2x equals 34. And then you just divide by 2. Divide by 2. X equals, what is it, 17? 17. If you did not get that right answer, did you have the equation, first of all, set up correctly? Did you do the other theorem? 2 inside is equal to 1 outside. That's what this is. Okay. Let's move on. 2 more to go. Okay, we're going to skip number 7. But let's work on number 8 and number 9. And then we'll be done for today. Again, this one is involving all three inside interior angle, right? That means you add them up equal to 180. That's that. Will you be able to recognize that? And then number 9, again, you've got 2 inside, 1 outside, right? So you should be able to recognize which one to use, okay? This one will be angle sum theorem, number 8. Let's give 2 minutes to work on that. Yeah, go ahead, Saif. All right. Yeah, very good. Well, I don't know the answer, but so far we've got the same solution. 3 of you guys have the same answer. Harley, Tangut, Logan, nice job. Anybody else? Okay, let's set it up. So this one, you're going to add all of them up. 3x minus 17, x plus 40, 2x minus 5. If you add all of them up, they're going to be 180. First, let's sort out all the x's. 3x, 1x, 2x, they're all positive. So 3 plus 1 plus 2, what is that for? 6x. We have 6x. And then we've got negative 17 plus 40 minus 5. What is that? That's 23 minus 5. That's 18. So you've got 6x plus 18 equals 180. Now I subtract 18 on both sides. Okay, 6x equals, what is it, 162. Now I divide by 6. What is that? Is that 27? 42, 27. You guys think if you didn't quite get 27, are you able to identify the mistake? Was the setup correct at the beginning? Okay. All right, the last question, number 9. So I'm going to set up an equation and then solve for x. You okay, Michael? Hey, Michael, do you have any questions? You're unmuted, so we can hear your sound, which doesn't bother me. All right. So how did it go? I see a couple of answers already. Very good. They're all the same. 23. That's a Michael Jordan's number. What's that? Michael Jordan number 23? Or was it 24? Doesn't matter. So Michael Jordan was 23, right? His jersey number. Okay, who cares? All right. So 2 inside added is equal to outside. Okay, is that how you set it up? So 2x plus 3 plus 2x plus 3 plus 51, that's going to be equal to the outside angle, which is 100. 2 inside equals 1 outside, far apart. Okay? And that is, so let's 2x plus 54. Okay, again, they're on the same side. So I'm just going to add that together. Let's subtract 54. So 2x equals 46. Okay. Then divide by 2. Divide by 2. So x equals 23. You guys know who Michael Jordan is, right? The basketball player. Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. How did you guys do? Is everybody all right? Okay. So these are triangle angle sum theorem. The first one, a plus b plus c equals 180, and then exterior angle theorem, which is that 2 inside is equal to 1 outside. So 2 rules about triangle. Okay. And so I hope you got that. Okay. And we'll continue to practice that. But then tomorrow we are going to talk about What is the tomorrow? Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll wait for tomorrow. But oh, you know what? I have not published that. So after the class, I will publish the assignment right away. So please give me a couple of minutes. And Leo, thank you. That looks great. That looks amazing. And thank you for participating with us. So I will I will publish the Unit 3 first assignment so that you can turn it in. Okay? I will do that right away. So please just give me a couple of minutes and then make sure that you turn it in. Okay. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Let's see. Let's publish the go to modules, unit 3. Okay, I just published the 3.1 assignment, so you should be able to turn them in. Yeah, I see that some of you guys are still there. Are you guys okay? Okay, let's stop the recording.